WFM 91.7.
Good morning and welcome to Political Arena on Women Radio 91.7. My name is Sumto Titilayo Ajama. Thank you very much for joining us on Political Arena today. Political Arena is where we discuss politicking in Nigeria. Today on Political Arena, we'll be discussing Roadmap to 2023, the state of women representation in politics. Roadmap to 2023, the state of women representation in politics. Now, evaluations from the recent data on the women's participation in the 2023 general elections shows that of the 1,100 senatorial candidates, only 8.4%, and that's in the number of 92, are women. And of the 3,114 House of Reps candidates, only 286, that's 9.2%, are women. Now, to add to this, Dame Pauline Talon, Minister of Women Affairs, has said that the inadequate number of women in decision-making positions explains the country's low investment and slow progress in some crucial areas such as security and peace processes, health, education, ICT development, finance, trade and investment, among others. So, why is this the issue? Roadmap to 2023, the state of women representation in politics. My guest today is Honorable HYELLAZIGIYA, NAIWA FAKUTA, African Democratic Congress ADC candidate, Federal House of Representatives, GOMBI-HONG constituency in Adamawa State. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us, Honorable HYELLAZIGIYA.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. It's great to have you, and I'm so glad that you're here. So, we're trying to make sense of the current situation, and I'll be asking you some questions in a little bit. You can join the conversation by calling the number 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. All right, so let me come to you now. Firstly, I want to say congratulations on being the ADC House of Reps candidate for GOMBI-HONG constituency in Adamawa State.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How does it feel? How does it feel getting to this place?
It's really wonderful, and it's a great struggle, in the political space where not so many women are allowed, or how can I say, have the opportunity that we have from the party level to being in politics as a woman. It has not been easy. It's not a smooth road, but it's wonderful because our presence in the politics gives a lot of hope to other women out there and young women out there that they now feel they can do it as we are doing it, as we are in the system too. It's really wonderful, lighting hope in others and telling others they can do, they can be part of it.
That's very true. That's very true. Thank you so much. And I know it's not been easy. As you said, it's not a smooth road. But given the fact that a lot of representation is needed for women in the political space, and we are not, Nigeria doesn't really have that representation. Or, you know what, rather than making that assertion, let me direct it as a question to you. How would you assess the current level of women representation in government? I mean, I just gave you the data from the women participation in the 2023 election, and you can see from that data that it's not very favorable. How would you assess it in your opinion, being that you're the one in that space?
It's actually heartbreaking to know that up to now, even the 35% affirmative action, we are yet to even reach there, let alone, let's say, let's do it together, since we are almost 50-50 even in the Constitution. Very few women are opportune to be there. And the truth is, we still have the same limitations that we have been having before. Environment, culture, resources, and even the political connection, let me say social connection too, because not so many women are involved into politics, and we, the ones that are now here in the politics, it's not easy to meet politicians that have been there, to have that network with them, the way our male counterpart have the political network. It's not how we have it as women. And even the sponsor, yes, political parties like mine are giving other women free ticket. But the free ticket is just the tip of an iceberg. The free ticket is not enough. It's not the enough support women need. Because in the political field, it's more than that. When you are contesting politics in the country, you have to. There are a lot of expenses that it's not easy for a woman to come by because resourcefully in the society, how many women were opportune to even find something on their own? The sponsorship is there because the resources are limited. And also the support and the mentorship. A lot of women in the politics are not having the mentorship. And even the government support. Remember this year, all the gender bills for supporting women, even the special seat, was thrown out from the National Assembly.
That's true.
We need those support from the policies, financially, and even the mentorship. We say this, most of the time, we women in politics, there will be a kind of conferences, seminars, but at the end of the day, the action plan, the implementation of the actions is what we need. If you say you want to help me, let the help be in action truly, because we that have the audacity to hope
and be in that
the
space
to get into the politics, we need to see the support, the real support. Yes, there is support on the ground. We are having support, but it's not enough.
I was just about to ask you that what are some of those challenges that you're experiencing in the political space that could have that are responsible for this? What are some of those factors that when you put them together, they are directly or indirectly responsible for where we are today with the low representation of women in politics? And then you gave some points, but I would really like you to just focus on one or two of them specifically, because you talked about even though you were giving tickets for free, that did not exactly help the situation going forward. You know, up to the next stage and then to the next stage and then to the next stage. And then a lot of people think that, okay, once you have support, that's all you need. But support in a lot of ways still translates into funding. And if it does not get into funding, then there's really not much support at the end of the day. So what would you say are some of the biggest factors? Just give me about 3 really strong factors that, in your opinion, are responsible for the low representation of women in politics as at today.
Well, I told you one of them is the funding.
Yes.
And another one is that actually some of we, the women that are in politics, give up along the way.
Is that? Do you think that's because of the challenges they face, or because?
Yeah, because of the challenges, it makes some of us to give up. But that's not it. Because sometimes, yes, challenge will come. The storm will come, the stereotype, the lack of funding, and also the environment. Some people will tell you can't do it. But that shouldn't be the point of discouragement. You can't be weak because of that. Let's always remember in the first place why we are in the politics. We are in the politics to be part of the community builders, to be part of the changers, to be part of people that are going to build. You want better life for the citizens, so we don't have to give up because of all those challenges.
That's very true. And I'm really glad that you're saying that. Because it makes me want to know some of the things that you have experienced in person. You know, some of these challenges we're talking about are things that we know that exist in the political space, but because, for one, myself, I'm not in the political space, so I can only tell from the assessment, from comments, from reports, and then from experiences of other women who are in that space. But each individual experience, you will agree with me that on some level is different. Some people may have had success in one area but did not have support in one other area. Some people may have had success in one but didn't have support in one. Then at the end of the day, the tide keeps going and it feels like there's not enough support to go around, which is why these challenges exist. But before we get to that, what are your contributions? Do you want to call in, ask questions, or just drop your thoughts on why you think we have this state of low representation of women in Nigerian politics today? Let us hear why you think so. The number is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. It's 17 minutes to 12, and we're talking about the roadmap to 2023, the state of women representation in politics. Now, I'm coming back to you, Honorable HYELLAZIGIYA. I'm coming back to you, and I want to know, you said the road is not smooth. What are some challenges that you as a person has experienced?
Well, the challenges are many. Currently, even the insecurity is part of the challenge. There are some places now when we are going for campaign, we have to go with double mind, lots of fear. It's not about people that, yes, I have a lot of people that are supporting me. I have the grassroots support, heavy grassroots support that I'm proud of. I'm grateful for that. But some places that we are going with those young and men and women, we are scared because of the insecurity. And not just that, sometimes we run out of logistics, but we keep moving though.
That can be convenient, given some of the things that you'll be hearing from people telling you about different rates of insecurity in different regions. And being that you're specifically talking about the North now, and we've heard a lot about the high levels of insecurity in the North, do you think this is something
and
that...
sometimes on arrival, when I come out, some people, when they see me as the candidate, the first thing they start judging me with is she's a woman. She has nothing to offer. So now I have to show that. I have to show that I'm capable and I'm ready. I have to say what I can offer. And also my track record helps me. The things I did and I've been doing helps me.
Yes.
Because I have to. When people pass that judgment based on your gender, you have to clear their mind, show them that you are capable, more than capable to do the job. So these are some of the challenges. Some people, you have to find it hard for them to give you listening ears. But by the time they give, they'll find out that they made a mistake in the first place.
So I can only imagine how that kind of experience has been for you, being that politics is where you want to serve, and that's what you want to do, and then you're experiencing all these challenges. Let me ask you about the insecurity reference you made earlier. Do you think this is something that your party is aware of? And is there any way they can help with that situation, particularly when you're going to certain areas for campaign?
Well, I don't think there's any place in Nigeria that nobody is aware of the current insecurity. I remember in the Northeast, we are still recovering, despite the challenges still. Even within my constituency, this insecurity affected people terribly.
Yes.
Some people are yet to recover. That's the fact. They are yet to recover. So some situation that you are going to meet some people in is heartbreaking. Because this politics and this campaign period, it's not just about me coming to meet people to vote me.
They're also coming out.
Some things that my mind is clear about it. The situation of the people, some conditions I go and set my eyes on. It's even some of the reason that makes me keep going. Like you have started, and these people give you their trust and confidence despite their situation and condition. You have to keep moving because you are here in the first place because you want the situation to change.
Absolutely. And I commend you for that. A lot of people would have given up somewhere along the line. But here you are, still going strong. And with every day that passes, there's a new lesson learned and a new achievements for you. So yes, I have to say well done on that one. So since we're talking about the roadmap to 2023, the state of women representation in politics, let me ask if you agree with the assertion by Dame Pauline Tallinn when she said that the inadequate number of women in decision-making positions is what is responsible for the country's low investment and slow progress in security and peace processes, health, education, ICT, and others. Do you agree with that assertion?
We are having currently in Adamawa, as we are talking, we have one female gubernatorial candidate, and I am the only House of Rep candidate, and we have 3 state members candidates. You can imagine from the whole 18 political parties, only few of us are there. And yes, there are some decisions in the policy making that only women understand the problem of her fellow women.
That's true.
There's no way a man will make that policy that will affect the woman understand. Because when you are making policy, there has to be empathy, understanding that these people are having this pain, and with this policy, this thing is going to change. And only a woman understands the pain of her fellow woman.
Thank you very much for that. So I'm going to take that as a yes. You agree with that, with the comment by Dame Pauline Tallinn?
Yes, I agree with that.
All right. So since you agree, what are some of the things that you think, if they are changed, or if they are, let me put it this way, what are some things that you think that would cause a change, that can be done to cause a change in the amount of women representation going forward? What are some of the things that can be worked on in such a way that more women would be represented in Nigerian politics?
You see, we started with the affirmative action. Let's stop the theory and get into practical. You can't just be saying you are supporting women without acting on supporting women. We're just saying supporting women, support women, female representation, gender balance. But the truth is, the few of us that are into the arena, what help are you rendering to us? How are you doing to support us? Yes, I'm grateful. Like I, as a person, last year we were trained by Elect Her Future Lawmaker program. They trained us. They gave us a lot of morale. But I'm speaking to you, among the 35 women that attended this training, how many of us made it to the primaries? So we need that support. The time we need support, we need it. We need more help. Elect Her is an NGO, but what about government? We need support with policies, with bills that is truly standing for women. Through those policies, let it be practical. And the stakeholders, the government itself, if there's women trust fund, let it be trust fund for female politicians that you truly support them, encourage them, build their capacity, and support them truly. We have, for many years, support with gender balance in governance, supporting women in policy making, women at the night. But if you check, in all the 4 years, in fact, the number of women at the National Assembly are declining. So we have to be real in this. Yes, we are trying, but the trying is not enough. We need to do it better and let the women truly be represented and be part of the governance.
Thank you so much, Honorable HYELLAZIGIYA NAIWA FAKUTA. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. And do you have any final words? Because we're still talking about the state of women in Nigerian politics, state of women representation in Nigerian politics. What are your final words in reference to this? And how can we get more women interested in politics, and not just interested, but interested enough to stay the long run in Nigerian politics?
Well, to my fellow women, what I can say is don't give up. That heart you have of helping people, of making things better, is what will carry you alone. Some of us give up. Some of us get afraid, or they just get weak because of the challenges. It is. When you want to help someone, you have to sacrifice. And we don't have to give up. It's our own country. And women are always working for development and peace. And for my own message to the government is support women truly. We need policies that truly support women in politics, and we need that help at a practical level. Let us not always say affirmative action, we give the women opportunity, but some of them are not coming. We are coming, but there's no true help. It's not easy. We have been marginalized socially, culturally, religiously. So we are just trying to close the wide gap that have been open for centuries. We need the support, and I tell my fellow women, never give up. This is our own country, and Nigeria will be better. And women have to be part of that better Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Thank you for your charge to the government. And hopefully they listen and open that door so wide that other women can join politics, and the people who are already there can have a smoother experience vying for political positions in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Honorable HYELLAZIGIYA of NAIWA FAKUTA, for joining us today on Political Arena. It's definitely a pleasure.
Thank you.
Please enjoy the rest of your day. When the government says support, it's not to be left to the government alone. The government does have a large role to play because they are the policymakers. They are the ones who create the law. They're the ones who create the law. They're the ones who enforce the law. So believe it or not, the government really does have a large role to play. But you and I also have a large role to play in enforcing larger women representation in politics. And how do I mean? You can collect your PVC and vote and support these women that are vying for political positions. Some of them are vying for political positions in the National Assembly. Some of them are vying for deputy governors, and the list goes on and on. But you can change the reality that we see as Nigerians today, particularly starting with the National Assembly. Thank you very much to my guest, Honorable HYELLAZIGIYA, NAIWA FAKUTA, ADC candidate, Federal House of Representatives, GOMBI-HONG constituency, ADAMAWA State. And thank you to you for tuning in today to Political Arena. A big thank you to Esther Alaribe for her support on the program. It's Political Arena on Women Radio 91.7, where we discuss politicking in Nigeria. And next Wednesday by 11:30 a.m. is another time on Political